Welcome back to the channel, everyone. In this video, I'm going to show you the easiest way to find a coolant leak in any vehicle. Now, this is going to be a pretty straightforward tutorial. However, if you want to watch a full video on coolant leaks, I have placed a card at the top of the screen. That video goes into great detail on different coolant leaks, how a coolant system works, and so much more. So check that out after this video. Now, you only need two products to locate a coolant leak. The first product is some kind of dye that works safely in coolant systems. The dye I'm using is called Engine Cooling System UV dye from AutoPro. The second product you will need is a UV light to help spot small or slow leaks. All products used in this video are in the description below, and I also included additional UV dye and UV lights to give you more options. Now let's find that leak. The first thing you want to do is make sure your engine is cold. You do not want to work on your vehicle when your engine is hot because a coolant can severely burn you. Coolant temperatures can exceed 200 degrees Fahrenheit or 93 degrees Celsius. So this can cause a lot of damage to you if you are not careful. If the engine is cold, then we can begin with the dye. Now make sure you read the instructions first. Some dyes do not require to use a whole bottle. In my case, this kit requires a full ounce of dye to be put into the coolant expansion tank or into your radiator if your radiator has a cap. Luckily, the bottle in my kit is exactly 1 ounce, so I don't have to worry about measuring the dye. So I'm going to take the cap off the expansion tank because I do not have a radiator cap and pour all the dye from my bottle into the tank. After adding your dye, refer back to the instructions on what to do next. In the case of the dye that I'm using, I now need to run the engine or take it out on a road test to penetrate leaks. So I'm actually going to drive to and from work for a full week just to make sure I can spot every leak. Alright, after driving for a full week, let's check for some leaks. The product says to inspect with a UV light and that the leak will appear as a green glow at source. So that's what we'll be looking for. So grab your UV light and start inspecting all parts that the coolant flows through. You want to check your radiator, which can be found in the front of your vehicle. And don't forget to check around your radiator cap if your vehicle has one. Also check your radiator hoses, which are these large rubber hoses coming out of the top and bottom of the radiator. And check that out. I didn't even need the UV light to find that leak. That's exactly where I figured the leak would be because this area is pretty common for coolant leaks on the Coyote motors in the F-150s. Stay tuned for a repair video on that. Once that video is published, I'll be sure to put another card in the top right portion of this video for anyone that's interested. But before you go, make sure you continue inspecting. Just because you found one leak does not mean that's the only leak. So also check your heater hoses. To find these, look for two hoses going into your firewall. Your thermostat housing, you will find this either at the end of the upper or lower radiator hose that connects to the engine. Your water pump, which can be a pain to get to, but this is a very important part to inspect because if the water pump goes up and your vehicle overheats, you could damage your engine. So make sure you check it regardless of how difficult it may be to access. And finally, your coolant reservoir, also known as the coolant overflow tank. Now, if you don't see bright green dye anywhere, it's possible you have a leak around your head gasket. Unfortunately, that can be a very expensive job, so hopefully that's not the case and you can fix the leak in your vehicle for cheap. That's it for this video. Please remember to hit that like button as it really helps with the YouTube algorithm. Also, click on subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss a video from our channel. Thanks for watching and we'll see you on the next one.